says streaming, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I can see it on YouTube, yeah.
We're back.
Todd, we are back. Night 3.
It's night 3. You look great. Welcome to the Hoppy Hanukkah Craft Beer Experiences hosted by Bruvana.com. My name is Todd Summers.
And I am Chad Brodsky, and we will be your drinking buddies for the next 6 nights, counting tonight.
Yeah. Night 3 beers. I already
Let's
opened
do
it.
it.
I was very excited.
Oh no. Oh no. My glass is on my shelf. This
You have
is
to just pour it into your hand.
do I just drink it straight from the can? I mean, is it that awkward? I might just do it.
Kind of hate that for you, but
All right. 1 second.
we don't plan stuff like this. This is just a glimpse into mine and Chad's relationship.
We're
I love
ready.
it.
I just need to have my Drado glass. So,
Yeah.
all right, Todd. So as we grab this beer, over the next 30 minutes, we will be having a good time with some of our favorite friends. What we have here is Yard Sale Winter Lager from Unita Brewing out in Salt Lake City,
Uinta. So tonight and every night, we encourage you to drink the beer with us. If you've already drank it, I understand the lack of willpower. Like Chad said, Yard Sale Winter Lager from Uinta, Salt Lake City. Before we go any further, a little housekeeping. We have our beloved chat moderator, Emily. We encourage you to use the chat for banter, tasting notes, Chad's mustache comments, the only mustache there is. And again, if
Only
you're
for
on
you, Chad.
Facebook or
Only for
YouTube,
you.
only the comments we see here on Zoom we'll be able to respond to. And the Q&A for questions, our guests, I'm sure you're going to have plenty of questions for them. Cheers, Chad.
Todd, cheers. So how much do you know about Uinta Brewing, Todd?
I think I know more than most people, but I'm ready to learn more.
So 42nd largest craft brewery in the country. It's named after the mountain range. And Uinta means, it's actually derived from an Indian word meaning ute, which is pine tree or forest.
Is that like Utah, probably? That all right, now we're getting somewhere.
Exactly.
This is just a lovely color. What do we have going on with this beer? Winter lagers you should be able to have whenever you want, not just the winter, but sort of part of the whole thing.
So yeah, just looking at this color, golden caramel color. Oh, it's so good. It's the perfect beer that I want to be.
I'm going to finish this in 3 minutes.
This is I might need a second beer on tonight's. I get a little bit of honey on this, little caramel notes. Oh, it's just delicious. You get, yeah, I'm a big Noble Hops fan. This is like true Noble Hops. It's just using Hallertau, which is like Hallertau, Tettnanger. Those are just those earthy hops. And it's, as you said, we're going to crush this by the end of tonight. It's only 4%. So I might even still be able to do work. Who knows?
I'm going to sleep after this, as always. But yeah, I love the little bit of hops in the back on this because it's not just like a malt bomb. It really helps balance it. And it's not too... I've a lot of winter lagers, especially those that are going to be a little higher, and the ABV will be a little fuller body. And I like that this one is, like you mentioned, we could drink a lot of these really quickly because it's not like syrupy.
Oh, yeah.
So, Chad, do you know what a yard sale is?
Of course, Todd. I went to one like the other day. Like, look at what I got from them. I got this nice plant. I had a cool koozie. Look, it's a jacket. What else do I got? That's from a yard sale. This empty hot sauce bottle. You could put a flower in there. You could use hot. So many things that I love rummaging. Rummaging. It's like the thing you do. Being.
Does this look like a man? Does this look like a fella who's at a yard sale that you're describing, Chad? Yard sale.
I guess I don't know what a yard sale is.
It's an homage to skiing when you take a spill going down the slopes and your skis and poles go everywhere. Sometimes your goggles will fly off. So this is real Utah name for a beer. I love it.
I'm a
Alex,
snowboarder, Todd. So is there a snowboarding version of a yard sale?
did you break your hand snowboarding, or am I making that up? That would be a version of the yard sale. But yeah, Alex, I love to ski. I live in Vermont. Got to keep those dins nice and high, or those skis are going flying everywhere. And so, Chad, are you into tonight's gift?
Oh, that is a bad.
You into?
So I was very excited for tonight's gift. I think before I could even pull it out of the box, my daughter got to it. She's 3. And if you can see, this is what she felt that the label should look like: Daddy's beer. And yeah.
So my dog actually got into my box. And this is what Olive came up with. It also says Daddy beer.
Daddy's beer. What?
Wild coincidence.
Your dog has incredible penmanship.
My wife has an art degree, and she wouldn't. She had nothing to do with this. Celine, between BLT, the Hanukkah box, and brewery hopping, she's on her 17th beer. So, Celine will be thinking about you tomorrow morning.
Celine, I love that. All right. So we want to see your best beer labels. So follow us on Instagram at Bruvana and tag us with the best can art. And the winner will get a free Hanukkah box for next year. And so you can come back on at night 8 and we'll be announcing the winners of the best canned beer art.
So to summarize, now we have another action item night, our second night, more action items for our guests. You're going to create your can art on your label. You're going to take a picture of it. You're going to tag us at Bruvana, and then we're going to pick a winner for best. Best is open to
interpretation.
Very much open to interpretation. I think my dog is actually slightly in the lead right now. But
I don't know. Pretty good.
It's impressive. So for our next guest, I'm excited to mention we have a couple of Menschions joining the show. They also happen to be the founder of Menschions, which is a Jewish greeting card company. I'm going to pull them on right now if I can find them. Where are you? I can't find them. Not a bit. This is just, Becca. Oh, there. Nope, Sean. There he is. Amazing. Just good scrolling for me. The suspense.
I'm going to drink through the awkwardness.
Hey.
There they are.
Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Sean.
How are you?
Welcome to the Hoppy Hanukkah experience.
Thank you
We
for
are
having
excited to be
us.
here.
This is great so far.
We're just tickled that you're here. Were you, I know Chad tried to send you a box, but I think he just kind of blew it on that one. Were you able to find beer to
We were. I actually had some leftover beers in my fridge, so I pulled this one out. And it's amazing. And so I decided to split it with Sean. So
Mark loves the shirt.
I know you're not a beer drinker, but that's like one of the best beers in the nation. Like people will trade arms and limbs for that beer. So how many do you have?
I had no idea.
How many Pliny the Elders do you actually have in your refrigerator right now?
So this is actually the last one, but we have like 12 in there for a while. We just like stuffed them in the fridge and we were like,
it is really good.
I mean, they're
It's
really
got a
like,
fun
I'm
size.
not like a beer person. I'm not a beer person per se,
Just
but
tossed
I
them in there like a case of Modelo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's light.
I realized how good it was.
Yeah.
So.
That's a great
Lovely.
choice.
So we're going to dive back into the Chad 5. Chad, I'll let you take it.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna start with the Chad 5 rapid fire questions. Should we do them separately or at the same time? At the same time.
Same time.
Same time.
One of you speaks and then the next one's both
Oh,
answer at the same time.
Because they're not going to hear them if they both talk at the same time. All right, what's your name?
Rebecca.
I'm Sean.
All right, where are you from?
We are actually both, well, I grew up in Long Island, New York, and
I grew up in Long Island too, and we moved out to LA roughly around the same time ago, which was about 6 years ago.
so we basically traveled together.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your job title?
We are both co-founders of Menschions Gifts and Greetings.
Mhm.
Great. You're doing awesome so far. If you could drink a beer with any Jew, dead or alive, from history, who would it be and why?
You go first.
I'll
Sean.
go first. It would be Sarah Silverman for me.
For me, maybe it would be, oh shoot, there's so many great Jewish people that I would love to have a drink with. But maybe like an Adam Sandler. You know, that would be
Comedian.
a very fun meal.
We could pitch him Mentions, see if he wants to invest in the
Make
company.
some Hanukkah songs, you know?
That's true.
Amazing.
That would be a great meeting.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Mr. Deeds?
Of
Yes.
course. So, yeah,
Was it his dream in that movie to write gift cards when he got all rich and famous?
Oh my
gosh,
God.
yes, you're right.
I haven't seen that movie since like
There you go.
2002, but it's coming back to me. All I remember from that movie is a Syosset reference,
Yes,
because that's where we
Syosset
grew up,
reference.
Syosset.
Yeah.
And I think we need to disclose that that's not too far from where Chad grew up, and there's a
Yes.
long history.
Yeah, we
Couldn't
were
be
just a
away.
couple towns over. And we've known Chad for,
Since he was about 15,
since we
and
were
we
in high
were
school, so-
14. We're a little bit younger.
We'll get into Chad's adolescence later, which I think is good for our company's
I don't know
sake.
if I approve of that, Todd, but we'll see.
Yeah, no.
We'll see how this
try to
beer
keep the lights
sits.
on. Okay, so together your Mentions the Jewish Gifts and Greeting Company. Can you tell us your origin story? How did you get started there?
Yeah, so Sean and I have been very, very close friends, best friends for a really long time. And we both moved out to LA around the same time, and we instantly started living together. So we were living together for about 5 years. And during that time, we would come up with these really funny Jewish puns. Sean's a writer, I'm a songwriter and a graphic designer. And so together we sort of have always been banking off jokes and ideas to each other.
And I think this all started around 2017. Like, we threw like Love You Locks and Love You Alaka, and we were like, oh, Hanukkah is coming up. Let's actually make some cards out of this. So we came up with like 6 Hanukkah cards. They really resonated with people. And then bit by bit, we started growing it. Then we moved on to include Christmas cards for either interfaith people or Jewish people that are going to a Christmas party.
You're like, how do we spin this into like something maybe a little different, or things that don't really exist, which is, these interfaith cards, there's not so many of them, or there's not some, people don't necessarily think off the bat, hey, I'm going to send my non-Jewish friend a Christmas card with my humor inside of it. So we just started thinking of all these different ideas. And I think like initially we both were just like, let's come up with some Jewish jokes and put them in cards.
Yeah.
My wife is Catholic, and it's always I always feel a little fraudulent, like writing the card for Christmas, and it's like, what does this Jew know about?
Right.
This is like completely absurd. So I think we
Yeah.
appreciate that. That's lovely.
What were what was like your favorite of the first 6, and are any of them still around
the first
from
6,
the OG
I would say
batch?
the OG
They're all
batch,
still there.
there's like,
They're all still there.
there's one we like a lot. It's like it's a Guilty Pleasures one, and it has a really cute inside. But from our second
We
or
actually have a few
third
cards with
batch,
us.
this is one of our favorites. We came up, I think, in probably the third year, and it's
Yeah.
I'm so sick of spinning, and then inside it's let's eat, and we just like we came up with this idea. Let's put a spinning dreidel on a spin bike because we're out in LA and everyone's on a spin bike.
Yeah.
Here, so.
Everyone's here, so.
Know your audience. Love that.
Yeah.
And and since then we've also like moved on to include a lot of like t-shirts and
Yeah, we started
baby
taking our
products.
designs and like just placing them on t-shirts and boxers and ornaments and just like funny things, funny gifts that people would want to buy for the holidays.
yeah, exactly.
I love it. So small business,
Yeah.
you both wear lots of yarmulkes. How do you balance those? Do you use bobby pins, clips?
Lots of bobby pins.
Yeah.
Lots of energy.
I think I think what we are constantly doing is like communicating with each other on ideas. We have this Google Drive, and it's just we have a doc where we just put anything up at all times. And we have like, I don't want to get into the boring details, but we have like a color coding system of like, this is something we're going to reject. We thought it was good. We're not going to do it. Yellow is like in progress in some way. And then green means we did it. And that could be anything from like a card idea to like a social media idea that we want to execute, or like a clothing design. So it can be a little bit of everything. And I would say like, we're always in communication about the types of products we want to do, next steps we want to take.
Yeah.
And it's just about revisiting that all the time.
Yeah, totally. It's like almost like become a part of our life of just like coming up with different Jewish things and funny things. And Sean's a comedy writer and like an amazing, just overall funny person.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. We give each other compliments all the time. It helps. And then I'm a graphic designer and I build websites and I build brands in general. So like together we were sort of really able to work together really nicely and come up with creative social media content, and then the items themselves, and then like just showing off.
But that's also a really good point though, because like I honestly I barely know how to turn a computer on at this point.
He's the most
getting worse and worse.
The technology is killing him.
And then Rebecca like really understands things that I, a year ago wouldn't even have had the terminal, like SEO things, or like building out websites, or sort of like the nuance, like navigating just the technology of it all, because we are in this like digital space. I'm really good. I can come up with a lot of ideas. I don't always know how to execute them. And so we're constantly sort of like,
it's a good sharing of the responsibility.
It is.
Like I pass things off to him. He passes things off to me. It's just like a fun.
And it's just like constantly pushing it, like every day.
Balance your strengths. That's the best.
Yeah.
We all have different strengths, so it's nice.
And so one of your ideas, you're kind of famous now, Sean. One of your ideas, I assume that made it onto this Google Sheet. Did it make it on the Google Sheet or not, this idea? That went a little bit viral.
Oh, how did that
There's
happen?
a lot of text messages.
So
that was just a text message.
Yeah, it always starts
It
with
didn't even make it onto the Google Sheet. So for the audience, about a week and a half ago, or less maybe, Sean posted a video on Instagram, a little bit of a music video, that already has almost 1 million views. And so, I don't know, Emily, do we have the ability to share and show everyone this 30-second mini music video of Sean? Possibly.
Emily.
She's on it. So
God bless
Pine
Emily.
Glass is next.
Let's see if Emily can make this happen for us.
Yeah, this is
I'm
fun.
The
really
closest I've been to a famous person, I got to play basketball with Scottie Pippen when I was a little kid.
I mean, yeah, I think that's a little bit bigger than watching my Vogue parody, but
Dreidels, latkes, sour cream, Rugrats special, Maccabees, jelly, donuts, Kugel too, a real good week to be a Jew. Adam Sandler, chocolate guilt, stuff your face and lose the belt. Chic menorah, candlelights will make it last for all 8 nights. 8 great dinners, feel the bloat, matzo balls, sugani oat. Gimel, Dalet, Hey and Shin, grab a dreidel, make it spin. Reflect on our history, where's Aunt Joan a mystery? Wrap those presents, feel the love, celebrate this Hanukkah. Go!
That's it.
Dreidel.
Emily, you are the best. We appreciate you so much.
Chad, what's your favorite part of that viral video?
I feel like I most relate to the bloat now that I'm like 35 and my body just doesn't work the way it used to. So after a little bit too many sufka and yot or whatnot, like feel it. How about you, Todd?
I have 2 Aunt Jones. Like,
And where are they?
That's amazing.
Is it a mystery?
both of my parents' sisters.
And they never show
Joan,
up.
Joni. They're good aunts.
Yeah. They're
And you know where they
present.
are, which is always good.
That's it's funny. That's been one line because it's been really sort of hilarious interacting with, you know, any followers or any viewers that comment on it. And the comments, they love the Aunt Joan line. People are just loving
Yeah, it's
the
funny.
Aunt Joan dilemma. And then another thing is there's been a lot of people that said, why are you putting a Mel Gibson book in? And I go,
Yeah, we're like,
I will never, ever acknowledge Mel Gibson, not even watch his movies, including What Women Want, which I've been dying to see because it's a Nancy Meyers film. And I'm like, Mel Brooks, people, educate yourselves.
yeah.
And then
Amazing.
the big controversy is I sort of screwed up the lyrics when I recorded. And instead of
Fixed it.
Gimel Nun Hey and Shin, which is the actual dreidel in America, in Israel it's something different. I think it's Pei. But I said Dalet because the alphabet came in.
Yeah.
Gimel, Dalet, came in.
So we said Dalet, and so many people were like, "It's not Dalet," and we were like, "Shh."
I think they've
We messed
forgiven
up.
us, but it's definitely they're holding our feet to the fire.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
This is impressive. You figured out the secret sauce of
It only
going
took you
viral.
6 years of being in LA to be fully famous. How does that feel?
And you gotta, you know, and
And for being
I'm
Jewish,
performing
which
it
is-
on Thursday at a gay club in West Hollywood.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous.
Actually, right before this, we were recording the second verse and the chorus, so we've
Yeah,
got it
this
all
is
sort of
more.
worked out.
Oh, so it's a full. We're getting a full song now.
You're gonna
not
get a
just
full
full
song.
song,
Yeah.
Full song is coming.
Hanukkah needs more songs. There's so many Christmas
we
songs.
agree.
We have
Yeah.
Adam
Too many
Sandler and the dreidel song.
Christmas songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean the Adam Sandler song is so great.
Like
And
that.
the band Haim actually like sort of revisited it last year and made an updated version. Because there's like new people. There's like Timothy Chalamet, who's
New people
at least
twist the
half
song,
Jewish, I
right?
know. And
What's that Hanukkah puppy? Isn't that that's
Oh,
like
I
the
want a
newest
puppy for
Hanukkah?
Yeah. I got
Song?
yeah.
I gotta have a puppy for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
yeah. No, but I do
Like a
think
famous person wrote it.
the thing is Hanukkah, one thing that's important is Hanukkah's not Christmas. It's not, and it's not the Jewish Christmas either. But there is a lot, like a lot of people, especially like we just, you know, did sort of like a poll or a survey, like what is the meaning of Hanukkah? And a lot of people wrote like really sentimental, beautiful things like
Mm.
that miracles can still happen and that we're survivors and that we're fighters and we're always going to have, you know, we're always going to have a community that's sovereign and secure and no matter what. And there is this story of resilience and sort of unexplainable miracles that exist in Hanukkah that make it a really special holiday on its own. And I think that you know, we don't need Santa. We get gifts. We've got latkes, we've got candles, we're okay. But there is something, I mean, I at least feel this time of year, like we have people writing to us all the time about just how important it is and how sentimental they get and how much they love celebrating. And so we just want to bring joy to
We
this
from-
holiday.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of like where it all started, was like bringing humor and joy and fun and new things to people's worlds that, you know, maybe
Yeah.
weren't there.
It sounds like the connection is really important to you because you're creative and funny enough that you could have probably started a gift and greeting company that would have been
Sure.
fully encompassing, right? You know, you St. Patrick's Day or whatever.
Right.
So it was that a major motivator for you to sort of take the Jewish lens, that you wanted to feel some connection to telling the story and your
Yeah, I think
community?
it was like innate.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
reason why we did it in the first place. Like Sean and I were running around our apartment throwing out Jewish puns all the time. I mean, and
Just
like
naturally in our
we
day-to-day
love
conversations.
too. We
Yeah.
love it. We have a really big connection to it. And so it made sense. It was like something we were just like,
And you know
this-
what? We can't speak to St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I don't even like going out for St. Patrick's Day. It's exhausting and everyone gets too crazy. But
Look good
you know,
and green.
we
But
can
if it's
speak-
Jewish, no.
Yeah, no, but we can speak to our own experiences. And I think that, you know, one of the keys, and I'm sure you guys have noticed this in conducting your own business, is finding a specific corner of the world or a specific sphere or community and focusing on them, because we feel a strong connection to people that even write to us about, you know, delays on deliveries. Like we have a rapport with them. Like there's always
Yeah.
this connection,
yeah.
and it feels like we're sort of, you know, always speaking each other's languages. And it's been really a pleasure to like work within this Jewish community
Mhm.
and to create products and to create greetings that like make people's holidays just a little bit more joyous or more funny, whatever.
I mean, it's part of the psyche of being Jewish is being welcoming and bringing people into your homes. And whether, I mean, we're literally in people's homes right now. But like my wife works in the Jewish community, like it, and we saw Sonia Marie Lycum, who was the proprietress of Lycum Brewery. Like it's just so important to be that welcoming force within, I mean, the world. True.
Mhm.
And I
Totally.
think I just want to like add to that a little bit, because I think it's been really interesting to watch the progression in the Jewish community and how there's been like some evolution. Like there's a lot of evolution on inclusion, I think. You know, I'm just gonna share like personally, like I'm gay, if you didn't notice from the Vogue video and from everything else about. When I was growing up, I didn't feel that there was always a place for me in the Jewish community. And like 10, 15 years later, I feel like there's so many organizations that like specifically reach out to members of the LGBT community and welcome them in. And I think with people that are, you know, either, you know, like Middle Eastern or Black or Latino or anything, and there's such a bigger push to make Judaism inclusive and welcoming for everyone that identifies as Jewish. And I think that's like one of the things I'm most proud of about our community. And then also our resilience, because it's no secret that we've seen a lot of mishigas over the past couple of years, but we've also seen a lot of Jewish pride and a lot of people come together.
Especially this year.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
yeah, it's been fun to like be in the mix of all that.
Yeah,
Incredible.
that's great. And it's important, I think, for Jews to have people who are making funny things for them accessible, right? Outside of just you bringing joy. It's like from a consumer perspective, if I want to find something funny, I want it to exist, right? And
Yeah.
have someone who's
Yeah.
creative. So
I mean, that's
speaking
kind
of
of what that was like Mel Brooks. He was like the OG person to bring. We heard Mel Brooks, who was in the chat. He's actually the person that if I could have a beer with, that would be my choice.
My friend would say the same thing.
Maybe it's Rodney Dangerfield. I love Rodney Dangerfield.
And so like he was the first one to bring in that Jewish, I feel like one of the first people to bring in that Jewish humor. Ethan in the chat says we need to do a pint glass. You guys don't have pint glasses.
We don't have pint glasses, but we're gonna get on it.
And
Chad, show 'em your glass.
I want more Jewish glassware
super
besides
cute.
this drunk dreidel. So I think that's gonna be our first collaboration with Menschions.
Yeah, that'd be
I
awesome.
love that.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that too.
yeah.
Next year.
Next year, maybe in the Hanukkah box could be a Menschions pint glass. We'll see.
I
But
think
you put
that's-
I
3
think
Long
it's
Islanders.
We're
On
gonna
a
get
Zoom.
working on it, okay?
Add Chad to your Google Doc.
Oh my
Sign
God.
an NDA first. So you talked about creativity for a little bit, and we just have this greeting card competition that we just or not greeting card, this can label art competition. Again, I'm in the lead. Mine just says Daddy Beer. I copied Chad. So if you had a blank canvas and you were going to enter to win Best in Show, can you walk us through your creative process? It's sort of like asking a comedian to tell us a joke, but how are you going to start your process here?
A canvas, if we were to design a canvas.
No. If you're going to design this beer
beer
label that everyone else is
A beer
going
label.
to design as an artist and a creative, what's going to be your angle?
So, well, first off, we'd probably get together and we'd just start banking ideas. Like, we're big on puns, right? So, like,
Yeah,
we'd
Are there
probably
beverages consumed in this brainstorming session, or adult
sometimes,
beverages,
but
or
it's
is
more,
it
we're more
Lots of
food,
spin drifts.
and it's a lot of food.
spin drifts? Okay.
lots of spin drifts
Yeah.
and lots of snacks. We're big
Yeah,
snack
we're big
people. So, like, Sean will
snackers.
come over and he'll like have like chips and lots of
I'm a big
Trader
snacker.
Joe's
I'm a big
snacks,
snacker.
jerky. You
So
know?
I think one thing, it's like I often feel like I come to a word first.
Yeah.
Like I will think of a word, I'll think of a catchphrase or a slogan or just sort of like a half sentence, and then I'll come to Rebecca and I'll be like, I have this idea, and from there we'll sort of like work from 3 different angles. One will be the wording, the text. One will be the actual like sort of illustration of it all,
Yeah, I
and
feel like
then
the
one will be
illustration
like
always comes last.
and then one will be like the layout, because the layout's a big thing too. Like we're always
Color,
like
we like things to pop. I would say if it were beer related, I'd say l'chaim is probably a big word to use here, and it would be like cheersing. Like we have onesies that also have 2
A good
bottles
one.
cheersing each other.
that's my
But it's just like something along the line, something with a Jewish word in the same, like something that people do with beer, which is cheers. Maybe there would be some l'chaim joke in there.
yeah.
Lager, other L words? Are we getting
Yeah,
into
Yeah,
alliteration?
l'chaim lager. That would be great. They need to make that.
The Chaim Lager.
What's your beer? Yeah.
Is mentioned? Are we starting a beer company, Todd? Right now, a Jewish beer company, another one.
What about malts?
Oh, yeah.
Mentions and
Lychee
malts.
malts.
So,
Start-
I don't know-
want us to start a malt company, Sean. That's a little aggressive for us to get into.
Last year, we interviewed the founder of Schmaltz Brewing Company, who his tagline was,
Oh, that's funny.
like, there's no such thing as too much shtick or something like that. And it was just
That's
very
good.
shticky. It was good.
Actually a bagel company out here called Yeasty Boys, which I
Yeah.
always think is hilarious.
It is. It's really good. Yeah. And they have such good sandwiches.
They have such good.
I'm actually just like sort of, because I'm a little tipsy and the word l'chaim is in my head, but I'm just like sort of coming up with like just this, like, as I said,
I'm watching
we'll
it,
sometimes go to like.
Is the creative
With
juices
word.
flowing right now, Sean? You're actually
We're
making-
watching
We're
something
watch-
go viral, Chuck.
Yeah.
We're watching the wheels turn right now.
They're very cartoony. We really like that
Yeah.
aesthetic. We like bright colors and something that's eye-catching and all that. Something that's really fun to look at.
Yeah.
So that has a lot to do with it too. So,
Oh, you know what
Yeah, I
I would do?
yeah.
Like I would do something like this. Like
He's
I would
yelling.
do.
The suspense is
Like-
killing me.
I know. I hope you like it.
Drum roll.
But what I would do is like l'chaim, and this is all like beer bubbles, like beer fizz, and it's like resting atop of a pint glass.
That's pretty good. You might want to submit. You might want to submit that for a free Hanukkah box. I'm kidding. You're not allowed to submit Sorry, it's cheating.
All I'm saying is if I was
That's
watching
okay.
right now, I would have taken some very
We'll take
extensive
we'll
notes.
take a Hanukkah box for sure, though.
I did a good idea too. It's something with
So it always starts with the word first. It's never the
think so.
art.
I think
It's
so.
not
I
art
really
first.
do. I think it usually does start with the word first. Like, let me look
That's
at
the
something.
same, Todd, for beer. I feel like beer,
So-
when you're doing beer names, like it's always everyone we've talked to, whether it's on the Brews Less Traveled podcast or in our guests, like they're always thinking of a word first, and then
Well, I'm actually-
the art kind of comes around after.
There's a few though that I want to like dig into. The first one is actually a wedding card because like this is
We
our
choose
best-selling
wedding
wedding
cards.
card. It says break a glass, raise a glass. And I just sort of was
It's a
thinking about,
tradition, because we
yeah,
have a lot of
the breaking
traditions.
like in every wedding, you break the glass, but you also raise the glass. So that sort of came to me. And then, I would say there's a couple that come up. So
What's the best? Sorry, what's the best-selling card that Mentions has? Most popular.
okay, I have a few.
This
that
one's
I
definitely
wanna-
one of our best sellers for sure. The spinning of the butt. I think it's a favorite because people have never seen it's like a unique drawing. Like
That one
It's-
We've
sells.
seen a dreidel on a spin bike. I haven't.
exactly. And we make it in puzzles. We make it in t-shirts. We make it in kid shirts. We make it in like every
That's so
stickers
fun.
and everything.
But then,
Um,
this one also did really well for years for us. Big Dreidel Energy, a play on the BDE.
Yeah. Which is
BDE.
like part of the
Yeah,
the
this
shirt.
is
And
I
for
know-
COVID, you had some really, really fun ones with the menorah.
yeah.
and
Oh, I'm
wearing a
gonna grab that
mask.
one. I
We
have it
actually
over
made,
here.
Sold
That
out.
one I think was one of my favorites that I saw.
Oh.
For the Zoom, being that we're a
Oh my
virtual
God,
Oh,
Chad, we'll
yeah.
send you
company.
some.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one Chad's talking about. This one sort of like this we came up with in
Actually,
2020, and
made
this kind of
us-
put us on the map.
Yeah, this actually made us keep going because we, like at some point when you're a small business, you're like,
Did we?
are we
Keep
doing
going, or-
okay? Like, is it worth doing this? And then we came out with this card during COVID and it popped off.
And so I
someone
think what happened was with this card, I just called Rebecca one day and I was like, candles and masks, we have to do it. Like, and then together we sat for probably an hour, like we sketched it out. And then we came up with these captions. We were like, they all have to be saying something and they all have
we
to
do
be doing
cartoony talking
something.
to each other. Like it's funny. Jewish banter is like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
So
that's-
complaining and like, the stereotype.
I think we like to give a lot of personality to every illustration and every character that we draw. You know what I mean? Like, this is Real Housewives of Hanukkah, and it's all of the
That's awesome.
Hanukkah items
So
that you
So,
would have.
so fun.
We
All
try
right.
to tap into like every sort of person, like people
Yeah.
that like reality TV and people that like like comics. So yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
It's just expansive.
Exactly.
So, okay, so no more mask greeting cards, probably. What we want to know, what's next? Our last question for everyone is always, what's next? What's 2023 have in store? Where should people find you?
Cheers.
What's
Years.
Yours, is that what you said?
Cheers, yeah.
So, okay, so
Well,
first
you
of
can
all,
find us at mentions.com or
or
you can
at
follow us
mentions on Instagram.
at mentions. And actually we created a 18% discount on our site right now for you guys it's Brew 20. So if you use Brew 20, sorry, Brew 18. I just gave you more.
Single
percent.
high
Yeah, it's
for
a single
everyone.
high. Brew 18 at checkout. You can buy some fun stuff that we've got. And you can find it all at mentions.
And you know what, we'll put it in the chat before we go. And then 2023, we'd like to do, I think one of our biggest goals, more clothing items and
Yeah.
then more birthday cards, because we don't yet have birthday.
Yeah, we're trying to
cards.
expand all the inventory into birthday and bar and bat mitzvahs, which we've started on, and just creating things that maybe don't exist yet. We're thinking.
and spending some time performing live music
Absolutely.
Yes, and this Thursday is the test.
in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna
If
do
you're in West Hollywood, you can go and see Sean live
Yeah.
in the audience.
Yeah, if anyone's
Wish I
into
was on the West Coast to go see that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe we'll post the video too,
Yeah.
if we figure out how to tape
Because
it.
we're always
Maybe a
gonna-
couple Pliny's before your song will help with the
Exactly.
So that's
I'm
one
waiting-
time.
I'm still
Don't
waiting
rub
for,
that
like,
in.
I'm waiting for Madonna. Madonna's done Kabbalah. She's been to Israel a million times.
Every
I'm
day we
waiting
wake
for
up and
her.
we're like, did Madonna like it?
I
yet?
know.
And we're just like,
Not yet.
Amazing.
then
yeah.
you can sort of retire.
yeah.
Yeah, she's got an
It is
interesting
super messing though to like it, which was really awesome for us because we call ourselves the
real life.
real
Will and
life
Grace,
Will and
yeah.
Grace, and we were like,
It felt like an honor.
Yeah.
We felt very seen that
felt
day.
singing, yeah.
Before we go, Chad told me not to do this, but can you tell us like one adolescent Chad work
Oh, boy.
appropriate like anecdote? Just why I need it.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Ooh, okay.
There's
Let's
too
see. Well,
many.
First off, Chad and I went to prom together. My prom.
There we go.
That's a fun fact.
Just for
That's
my
like burying
wife's
the
sake,
lead.
Rebecca also is a singer-songwriter, and played with some famous people as well. Can I plug your like Spotify or no? Is that weird?
Yeah, sure. You can listen on
Please plug.
Spotify. I write a lot now for other people and I sort of focus on that, but I do have my artist stuff still up.
She wrote I performed a song at my wedding, and Rebecca then turned it into a music video on YouTube. I'm not going to put the link anywhere, but if you search potentially Chad Brodsky, you could find this wedding song that was so awesome that Rebecca helped me write. So appreciate you, Rebecca.
Love you.
Cool. Very cool.
I'm gonna
Um,
find adolescent Chad stories somehow, but
I'm
not
trying to
tonight.
I'm trying to think of something that I can say here that wouldn't be too inappropriate.
Chad was a good guy, right?
Oh, Chad was the best. Chad was
We
always
always
like,
loved Chad. We did.
Chad was always so personable and like
I mean,
somewhat you could always talk to Chad. I just remember like sitting in like our best friend's basement with Chad and like we would just chit chat all the time.
Chad.
That was a good schmoozer, Todd. Todd, that was a good
I should,
schmoozer.
honestly,
I
that
know.
should be your talk show. You should do chit
The
chat.
schmoozer beer. There you
I-
go. You schmooze when you drink beer.
Chit Chad.
I think you need a card for schmoozing. That's a word that I don't think you guys have used yet, right?
Right.
What about a business card?
Yeah.
That's a schmoozing card.
Oh, Jewish business cards.
I
There's
feel
your
like
next.
a business
That's
card
a
itself
2023
is a-
objective right there.
My favorite schmoozer. Yeah.
All right,
You lose.
mentions team. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you, Sean.
Thanks
So much for
Rebecca.
having us.
Everyone, go visit Menschions.com. Support a Jewish-owned small business, and they're amazing. Go check out all of their cards. Get some shirts, attire. We're gonna get pint glass. That's 100% happening, guys. So
I think it's a great idea.
we're gonna do a pint glass
We should do that, absolutely.
collaboration
It's
because
really fun.
there's just not enough cool Jewish pint glasses.
Totally.
And we'll get some like good. We'll do some like cool like an IPA. We'll get some like good no-nip pint. We'll get some good glasses too, not just like a generic pint glass collab. So
Cool.
for all our beer drinkers, you'll have some different styles.
Soon come, as the kids say.
Yes.
They say that.
Yeah.
All right.
What are the kids
Tomorrow
saying?
night, 9 p.m. We'll be back. We are interviewing a Jewish chef.
That's awesome.
Great. We're very excited about that. Thank you again, everyone.
Thank you
We will see
both.
you tomorrow.
Thank you so much,
Bye,
guys.
guys. Thanks
Our
so much.
pleasure.
Happy Hanukkah. See everyone
Happy
tomorrow.
Happy Hanukkah.